Ho doggies! Alright. Hi there everybody. How are we all doing today? I am excited. There's a couple of things I'm sure that you guys noticed. I changed a few things here. I've got a new thing that I'm trying out. So for those of you who don't know, every year I try to do there's a big charity ride for cancer research, and I always try to participate. And this year they actually have a Twitch widget, which is, you know, just the craziest thing, right? So I decided to slap it on there. I've already met my goal, but just for the sake of saying thank you to everybody who donated, I really appreciate it. And I also have the little info for you guys, for, you know, like recent subscribers and all of that kind of stuff as well. Right now I'm just booting up my Switch over here, so that will get shared shortly, so you guys will be able to see that, so that we can get into some Origami King. Oh my god. I hope that everybody had a decent week. Incidentally, do let me know if all of the stuff that's up above now is like overly ridiculous and crazy. Oh shoot, I forgot my food. I have donuts today. I have to have my donuts. I can't believe I forgot my donuts. Alright, I have remembered my donuts. My donuts have arrived. Yay, donuts. Well, they didn't really arrive. They had already been here, but I just went to go and grab them. Here, let me turn this down to hopefully reduce any echo that you guys might be experiencing. Hooray! Squats! Squats! Rev, that's too many squats! Okay, fine. Fine, we'll do squats. I have to do squats for forgetting donuts? That is my punishment? Okay, fine. Alright, here we go. Hang on. Alright. So I hope everybody's doing okay, and that y'all had good weeks and everything, and the whatnot. Ugh, that should be at least 30. I actually wasn't counting too well. Your fish tank is coming along well, that's good. That's always good to hear. Yay, fishies. That's great. Oh, man. Oh, my legs hurt after that. Hey, it's EA! Hi, EA. Incidentally, speaking of fish tanks, I was working pretty hard on mine not too long ago. I mean, I do it every week, obviously. But I'm really excited because it's been going a lot better. I managed to get my ammonia levels down to not only reasonable levels, but essentially nothing. So I'm really excited about that. And so now, so not only that, but I still don't have nitrates, because I've got algae growth. I'm trying to curb algae growth a little bit. I mean, that's what's eating the nitrates, obviously. The thing is that nitrates are not great to have in a reef tank. It is nice to have a little bit of them, but you never want too much. So where I am right now is okay, at least. That is the one thing. So the thing that I'm doing right now What was that? I feel like this is the what's it called, the oh my god, the swordfish from Donkey Kong. You guys remember that swordfish? Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo? So like there was a swordfish, there was an ostrich, there was a rhinoceros, and there was, oh my god, what was the other one? Was that all? Oh, frog! A frog. That was the other one. Squats. Squat like glorious Slav. Okay, so just because of the fact that I remembered it this time, I didn't forget. I will say I will say that I'm going to give Matter a freebie upgrade to goblet squats because I remembered my goblet thing. Alright, here we go. Excuse me, chair. Okay. Whew. Dang. On guard the swordfish? That is an excellent name for a swordfish. Okay. So now I have to figure out what to do here. So I've got the thing for this. So how do I... So I know Olivia took some notes. Yes. Okay. So something about the Heart Island maybe that I'm missing? Because I've got the circle, the spade, the club, and then I found Heart Island, but there's something about the Diamond Island that's like missing. It seems. Because the symbol for the Diamond Island in the middle is missing the bottom piece. But yeah, so I had a very hectic, busy, completely insane week overall. Oh, I remember this one. This is the one that has like all the little buttons that are hidden behind the bushes. I spent a good while here trying to figure it out. It seemed like I found everything. I didn't get a key or anything. So maybe I just need to go directly into the middle of where all of these islands kind of crisscross and dive or something. But yeah, my island was... My week was, as always, pretty hectic. Very, very busy. But overall, it was pretty good. I had a good meeting with my boss. I'm hoping that things are going to start looking up a good bit when it comes to my work and stuff. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about it. We'll see. I'm really nervous about some of my the higher ups at the company and everything. So I don't know how well things are gonna do. I know the streamer is stuck. There's something about Diamond Island. So like I've got the weird symbols that show the circle, the heart, the spade, and the club, and then the diamond is in the middle. I remember there was something about the diamond being buried at sea or something like that. I mean, I guess I can just check some of these other locations of the streams and see if there's anything there. But yeah, it was a really busy week, which is unfortunate. I haven't had any time to relax or anything as usual. I'm still working on getting stuff ready for my gardening, and a couple other things which I'm excited about. I'm really glad about my my fish tank. I am very hopeful that the fish tank stuff goes well. Okay. So I did get the diamond key from Luigi. So this might be where I need to go. Playing with my deck in front of God and everybody. Yeah, to be fair, I'm not playing with it. I am just legitimately trying to rip it apart, so that I'll have space for all of the stuff that I want to have. Which in this case is more stuff. It's all my garden stuff, essentially. Place to roast it. Okay, so obviously this is where this adventure will end for me. I could use a hint for the diamond place for sure, yeah, just to save some time. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to follow this stream and go to the first place where it goes under the water. See if that gives me any luck. Because I know it goes multiple places. It goes underwater in multiple locations. Still stuck. Okay. So I mean, when you if you mean flanking islands, I do have them. That's the thing, is that I've got all four of those. I've got the clubs, the spades, the hearts, and the circle, and I went into the middle and I couldn't find anything. I tried that. So like, see, I've got all four of them, and the thing is I went into the middle of them, like where they, like, just drawing straight lines between them, and I didn't find anything. I can try again. But that's the thing, is I've got all of them. I mean, it's difficult to judge the exact middle. Not to mention, when I think the exact middle, I think, like, I'm trying to put my submarine, which means the back of the boat, in the exact middle. Ah! I found something. Okay. See, I knew that there was something going on there. I just came in and I didn't see it. I only tried once, so. Mm. Mm. Rotate it, you idiot! See, I can do all of this with one hand with my donut. We're very exciting. The squats are not a celebration, Rev. I don't take kindly to people talking like that. I will do them, however, because I am a man of honor. Incidentally, at some point, I have to try and stream Mario Land 2. Yeah! Power, wisdom, and courage? Really? Really? We're just straight ripping off at this point? What an orb! Hmm. I mean, it is true. Don't fix what ain't broke. I fully agree with that. Now you said go to the ice one. Or the ice path. I don't see any of these being an ice path. I ain't buying mushrooms from no statue! It's bad enough that I go to a legitimate shop to purchase my mushrooms. I don't need some back alley statue mother fudger giving me my mushrooms. The fudge. Oh, fun. Eh, eh. Mm. Mm. They look like wolves. Ears! It's hard to recognize animals when you've only seen them in origami. I hope we get to see a polar bear. I hope we don't. It's super cold. Some kind of elemental. Yay! The statues thought my ice joke was funny. Did you see me pwn that guy? It was such uber pwnage. It was wicked. Dang it. I'm just gonna toad this one. It's annoying when you have like 3 or 4 moves available. Boy, they're giving me a lot of stuff. So yeah, like I was saying, it's annoying having 3 or 4 moves available because it always makes things so much more complicated as far as what can happen. So does anybody have any fun weekend plans? Why do I feel like I'm going to end up getting the iron boots here? Ooh, electronics, fun! What you doing, Winnis? What electronical stuffs do you have up your sleeve today? Or the next couple of days, I guess. Thankfully, these crabs are kind of stupid. Nice! Why are you making your own LCD monitor? Also, that's awesome. And yay, fish supplies! Riding and WoW. Dang, y'all have some cool stuff going on. Sounds like folks are taking full advantage. You're making one to put on your keyboard. Oh, that's freaking cool. I remember that was a common thing on Macs, especially. Well, I mean, it wasn't exactly like an LCD screen, but they had like the bar across the top. Like, oh, I hurt my foot. Oh. Right, this one seems pretty easy. But that's really cool, Winnish. That's awesome. Ah, shoot. See, this is why it's good that you're not punished for not doing your equipment before actually getting into combat. A legendary hammer. I don't remember getting that one. Oh, wait, no, I do remember getting that one. Still, it's awesome. Go me. Oh my god. This donut. Seriously amazing, you guys. Yay, beta stuff. That sounds really cool, Rev. So yeah, Mathwin, I was talking about the bar earlier. I had It's interesting because like most of you guys know that I do the annual ride for charity. And so this year it's a virtual ride, but I'm still signed up for it. And it happens that they legitimately have a Twitch widget for it. So that's what the actual bar is up on the top. It's tracking the donations that I've gotten for that. I've actually gotten all the donations that I need for my particular level. But, excuse me, would you mind not stomping around like that? Ow! Yeah, seriously, bro. The fudge. I thought you were a hammer bro. This guy does not feel like a hammer bro. But yeah, so it's $250 of $250 because the goal that I had set was $250. That's all that is. Oh shoot. I don't care. Just do it. But yeah. Oh, the blood worms are great for freshwater fish. Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm excited because I'm about ready to make a new fish / coral purchase for my stuff as well. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to get a blenny. Specifically, I want to get something that is it's commonly referred to as a lawnmower blenny, and it's called that for honestly pretty obvious reasons. Because it acts like a lawnmower. It genuinely does. It eats all the algae that's inside. It's a full-on marine herbivore, and so it eats algae, which is great for me because I've got a bunch of hair algae that I need eaten. But yeah, the $250 out of $250 is just the money that I've gotten for it. I've reached my goal. I was debating about increasing my goal, but the nice thing is that it does show some information about who's donated, so I can just kind of show off and be like, you guys are awesome, thank you so much for helping me because you're all really amazing and you're tremendously awesome people and I really appreciate it. And same thing for the little thing that's right below it where it says Mathewin and then Matter and Rev and Winnis. That's like a subscriber thing that I added, a little subscriber widget. So, I can't do it while I'm holding my donut. Okay, good. But yeah, I want to get a blenny, and then there's a bunch of sites and groups that that sell and more specifically auction corals. So I'm looking to get a bunch of new corals as well. As part of the holiday stuff, I got as part of the holidays, I bought myself a new lighting system for my tank, and I'm extremely proud of it. I'm super excited for it. And it means that I'll be able to grow pretty much any kind of coral that I want. So I am legit stoked about it, honestly. I cannot wait. The problem right now is the fact that I have spent a fairly ungodly amount of money recently. So I simply can't afford to do everything that I want to do with the tank. I wish that I could, but not only have I spent a lot, but I also have more to spend yet. So, it's probably not going to happen super soon. One of the nice things is that as a gift, I did get a gift card for a fish place. So, I'll at least in part be able to use that to help me out. But it's just... Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I spent money for good reason. I got some really cool stuff that I've been wanting and needing for a while. Didn't the flashy ones only do like 4 damage or something? Really? But yeah, so basically I spent a bunch of money getting new stuff, not only for the house but for myself as well. And it's important stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's I mean it's difficult to deal with sometimes. So I'm trying. Shoot, what can I do here? Dang it. I'm almost out of time, so I have to do it. Yeah, I've actually spent relatively little on aquarium stuff recently, to be honest. Yeah, like for me personally, I've not spent very much. I have gotten a few things, but oh wait, no, that's a lie. No, I actually had to get new wave makers because mine stopped working. So that was a joy. It was really unfortunate because well, I have 2 wave makers, or rather I had 2 wave makers, and alright, I get it, I think. Can I break this? No. I did get a new car. That is true. So that was fun. See, I figured that's what I needed to do, was reset the ice blocks. I need to keep some of those. Yeah. Okay. So let's think about this. I need... this will work. We can just do this. Shoot. Okay, I gotta leave that one. I did get my new car, which was really really, dude? Really, game? Like you're just gonna you're just gonna be like that and be like, yo, idiot, here's how you play the game. Welcome to gaming. I'm so embarrassed. The game felt so sorry for me. Incidentally, I have spent some money on my car as well, my new car. Getting some stuff done, getting some work done on that. There's a bunch of random stuff I've had to do. The wave makers, the wave pumps, cost me, oh Jesus, those things alone cost me nearly $400. They're very, very expensive wave makers. But now I've got, I actually have 2 full sets of wave makers, so I can have one in the tank, and then I can have one kind of like ready for use type of shtick. I'm not 100% sure how I can go about this. I guess I wait. No. And then I can go and hopefully make it in here. Right? Like, yeah, so many great Samuel L. Jackson movies. You know, I just don't care at this point. But overall, like I said, it's been a pretty rough week. I'm not really happy with how some of my work stuff is going. I'm not really happy with... Wait a minute. Wait, what? 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 How was I supposed to do that in one? I don't get it. Yeah, I talked a lot to my family about my my job and what's going on and stuff like that, and it's becoming a potentially difficult time, so I'm a little bit nervous. But we'll see how things go. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought on everything I was doing. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this and get the Ice of Elemental at least. But yeah, this whole spending money thing really sucks. I am not a fan of it. And having to spend so much. So... I think it's unfair that the guys can protect themselves with snowballs. It feels very unfair. And again, I do also want to apologize for missing Monday's stream for the holiday. I was working in the yard doing a bunch of stuff, but back now. Yay. I'm gonna use my gold hammer. Give me some money back. I still have one donut. I honestly don't really feel like eating it now. I'm not feeling well. So yeah, like I said, it's been kind of a rough week for me personally. I'm hoping that things get better. Obviously, I've got a couple of fun things coming up, which is nice. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually going to be giving a cool little talk about COVID to a scouting troop in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be fun. I do have D&D this week as well. It feels like it's been forever since I've gotten to play D&D, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah. Preoccupied playing with my deck. Yeah. I just don't. I don't even care to try these things anymore. I really don't. I don't have the energy. I'm just like, no. No. I don't care. There we go. Now I can use the hammer on both of them. Bring the hammer down. Weaken the hammer! Okay, a very poor hammer in that case. But still. I'm only paying them 100 this time. That's all they deserve. So now the problem is I can't hurt those two because they've got the snowballs. So I definitely see what you mean now about the battle system, Rev. Like honestly, when the game first started, I really liked it. It was honestly probably my favorite part of the game. But now, especially with all of these, like, oh, you've got 3 moves. I'm just like, no. Like, I can't be bothered with that. So yeah, I definitely feel the pain on these now, or at least a lot more than I did. Because, like I said, I truly enjoyed them, and I still like the fact that it's so unique. But having these things where it's like, oh, you've got 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever moves, I'm just like, no, I'm not even gonna try to do it. Like. Some of them are really easy and obvious, which is great. Others, not so much, and that's fine. But, I'm just, no. So, luckily, the toads are able to save me. Alright, so this is another one where I've got stuff that I've got to bust out. I really have a feeling I'm going to end up getting the iron boots after all of this. Like, seriously, this feels so Ocarina of Time. It hurts. So I need the one that was up there. Alright, let me see here. Yeah, for just the just doing it for the boss battles would not be nearly as bad. But doing it for every single thing, it does get pretty tedious. I will admit. Yeah. Okay, so... Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. And then we should be good to go. So this is just going to send me back here, but that's fine because I can use it to just do this. Woohoo! Yeehaw! Well, get him, cowboy! The fudge you doing throwing stuff at me, bro? Okay, well this is fun. Uh-huh. Oh, WoW was starting to feel like work? Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. That's part of why I stopped playing. Honestly, I had a fleeting thought. It was so fleeting. It was just like, boo. Earlier this week about starting to play EVE Online again. And then I was just like, Danny, what is wrong with you? Why on earth would you start playing EVE Online again? Just no. Don't do it. Like, just no. Bad Danny. Banish the bad thoughts. I felt like a true Mormon. Banish the bad thoughts. Just turn it off. Turn it off like a light switch. You still have a friend who plays Witness? So, well, if memory serves, Witness, you played for a long time. Well, maybe not like a long time, but a pretty substantial amount of time. Like you weren't exactly a scrub when it came to playing some EVE Online. I didn't mean to actually hit that. I was trying to hit the statue. The nice thing is now I have 17k. 7 years. Jeez. Yeah, and that's what I said. For me personally, I mean, I played it for a solid 2 years or so, something like that. I mean, not nearly as long as some, obviously. You know, longer than others, obviously, as well. But, yeah, I couldn't do it. I just had to stop after a while. I was like, this is just so tedious. Part of the thing for me is, with all games like that, with all of the MMORPGs that I played primarily, I did WoW and EVE. I did Guild Wars for a little while, but that's a little bit less MMO. So most of the biggest reasons for me to stop playing a lot of those games was that I was originally playing with my friends and they stopped playing. So why am I gonna play when my friends aren't playing? I mean, it don't matter. You've been playing WoW since 2005? Good lord. You're probably like one of the legitimate OG WoW players then, Rev. Oh, cool, a little shortcut back outside. Nice. So, incidentally... Stopped at Burning Crusade. I was kind of the opposite witness. I actually started when Burning Crusade came out, or actually like right before Burning Crusade came out, basically. And yeah, and that's pretty much the whole story. Huh. What I need to do is I need to get it right there. I think I know how to do that. had gotten it there before. It's really annoying when, like, sometimes it works immediately and other times it doesn't. And it's tough to tell when it does and doesn't do that. So, incidentally, what I'm going to do is I am going to try to finish this. I'm going to see if I can. Okay, so I had gotten it up here before. I remember I got it stuck here, and I was like, huh, this is weird. How did I do that? What did I do? I remember just kind of messing around and being like, oh, okay, we can do that. Oh, wait! This is it! This is it! I just need this. Got it. Okay, cool. It's easier than I thought it was. Alright, so I am going to try to get to the Ice Elemental. I don't know how much farther it is, but you guys know me. I like to finish stuff up. I know I'm going over time, but I mean, like, let's roll, you guys. Like, let's make it happen, Captain. Whee! I'm sure I'm going to need that little ice thing. So, yeah, and please keep me in your thoughts for having a better week this week, as it has not been the greatest couple of weeks with work especially, so I'm hoping that things go better. Although I will say cheers to you all with this, my last donut, which is chocolate hazelnut, also known as Nutella, but they can't say that. It's literally filled with Nutella. Oh my god. An odd taste. It's weird. It's bitter. Nutella's not bitter, is it? It's not supposed to be? I don't think. I'm gonna see if I can get to the Ice Elemental. Otherwise, it's just hazelnut spread. But this is like really bitter. Like they didn't offset it with much sweetness. Worst time for squats. That is true. It has very few hazelnuts in it. I lost count as well. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Okay. So there's no on button that I can use here. Okay, treasure chest. Not gonna waste any good boots on this. So I clearly need the fire of elemental. That's pretty obvious. Alright, so let's grab the treasure chest. It's easy enough to get. But then, I mean, there's no point in doing much of anything. I can hope that I end up getting... Yeah, no. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Gouda the beta. Love it. So cute. I mean, I think fire is the most likely one to work, right? Melt ice and whatnot. I honestly don't think I'm going to finish this donut. I'm not a huge fan of it. Incidentally, though, this donut does have legitimate whole hazelnuts on top. Or at least pieces of hazelnut on top. So that's pretty cool. How do you like that? Bear claw! I don't have a bear claw. Okay, so the on is no longer there, but now I'm needing some magic fingers. These things always end up kind of being crapshoots as far as like what exactly you need to do and when. It's not quite as bad as the moon logic of adventure games. But sometimes it feels close. Okay, so the on is back in the treasure chest now. So we need to release that. And then I need some hearts. And then... I can go back? That's new. Okay, so it's not there. What is this, Pokemon? Using a glacier beam on me? Oh, fudge, bro. Oh, shoot. Okay. The problem is that's the only on. I have to use it. But it's not going to let me move afterwards. Because it's not a movement. Oh, wait. I can do this. No, I can't. I can do this. Shoot. Yeah, now I'm in trouble. I think I'm going to have to ask the, I'm going to have to get the toads to help me out, so that, shoot, so that they can give me some hearts. Why do you have so few volts? Dang it, witness! You go and you find yourself some more volts, sir. How dare you not have enough volts? How could you possibly disrespect your forefathers by not having enough volts? Oh, shoot. Okay, so that's bad. But that means it was completely impossible for me to get it. So... But he freezes all of them. God dang it, just give me this stupid envelope. I don't even care anymore. Oh. I didn't know that you could move things like that during boss battles too? What the fudge? Why didn't anybody tell me? Rev, I blame you. This is solely your fault. I just hope that they give me a little bit of health. That's all I really care about right now. Okay. No! So see, that's still frozen. So this one I have to move. There we go. Alright, I think we got it this time. It's gonna take another couple of rounds of doing this stuff, but I think I'll be able to do it at least. Theoretically, this should melt the arena as well, right? Yeah. Let's say, better. Bowler bear? I love it. It's adorable. Super cute. Alright, so once again, we need the on and a magic hands. Dang it. Ugh. Okay. Hang on. We will figure this out. It. And I don't even have access to the much of anything anymore. And that's the problem is like I know that there's like stupid, seriously easy ways that I can get this solved really quickly. Okay. So now I need on and I need magic hands. There we go. Perfect. All right, we've got this going. Oh, what is this? Oh no. Yeah, you think? Oh, good lord. This is the only magic hands that I see. Why are you redeeming squats? Now I'm trying to figure this out. God dang it. And now I can't do it. I'm not doing it right now. I'm trying to figure this out. Alright, so there's the only way to get in here is with the down arrow. Now if I go that way, then it doesn't do me any good. But if I go this way, it gets me to the on. Wait a minute. I've got an idea. That might work. No. Oh god, this is ridiculous. Come on. Give me a break. This is ridiculous. Alright, so I have to break this because it's the only one here. There's bad stuff in between. So it needs to be above. The problem is there's no way to go down afterwards. Right, I have to break that. Okay. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to chat. I'm really trying to focus on this so I can try and finish it up. Well, give me an action at least. Probably do like 1 damage. Oh, there's more than one. But the thing is still active. Because the thing is still active... Well, yeah, I understand that. It's easy. Like, in that sense, I get it. I understand what the point is here. But then he freezes the magic hands. And so I have to move the magic hands. Olivia does not understand how this works, apparently. Ah, that's funny. I can just do that. But then it's pointing the wrong way. I don't know what you're saying, Rev. I can't think right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I really am. This is a bad situation. So see, the problem with this is I can go here. And there. Oh wait, I can just do this. Come on. Oh, finally. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. It took so long. But we did it. Yay, doing it. Hang on. Alright. Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting I gotta take my meds too. Man, I'm such an idiot. Jeez. I should have been able to figure that out. But I did it, I guess. So, hooray for getting stuff done. That's nice, at least. Do you see what I see? Goblet squats from Tiny. Great. Yeah, that one was absolutely ridiculous. These statues loved it. What a great audience. What a terrific audience. Going to open this chest. I'm going to climb up these little stairs. I am going to find a save point and subsequently leverage said save point. Oh, never mind. It saved for me. Okay. The save point has been done. I will do some goblet squats. And then I am out for the day. So, on Monday, I know it's happened like the last two weeks I haven't been able to. I am still planning on playing Stupid Ocarina of Time. I really, truly am. So I hope that you guys will be able to be there. Okay. Alright, that's it for me. I gotta go finish up some stuff and then get to work. You guys take care of yourselves. Have a good time. Be safe. Have a great weekend. Hopefully, I will be there on Monday. Do keep an eye on the Twitter and Facebook and everything. I've got a big presentation that I'm giving on Tuesday. So I'm worried that I'll have to work a little bit of extra in order to make sure that I get it done. So just be aware of that. I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish it up on Monday. But you guys take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. Hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all Monday. Bye-bye.